Hey guys, Trail Mama here. Today I wanted to talk to you about food. Food is a very important part of backpacking. It's a very important part of hiking. Nutrition is one of the key elements that is very important to learn. So I'm on a path to figuring mine out. I don't have it totally 100% figured out, but definitely am on the right path. When you are packing food can be very heavy. So you need to look for things that are lightweight, things that are dehydrated, things that just do not have a lot of moisture in, and also be aware of the packaging. A lot of times something like a can of something is going to take up a lot of space, and it may not give you the amount, like you're not going to get out of it for the amount of space and the amount of weight that it actually is. So when you are looking for food to take out with you, when you are backpacking especially, you definitely want to look for lightweight items. Something else to remember is that it's definitely a learning experience. Your first few times you're going to learn about yourself, and you're going to learn what it is that your body is going to need. When you go backpacking, you are carrying around a lot of extra weight, and it's pulling on your body in weird ways and things, and so everybody's body responds to that differently, and the amount of energy you use is going to be different than someone else. So you definitely it's a learning thing. Like, that's really what I want to put out there. So what I have found that works really well for me is kind of consistently snacking throughout the day, and then having a little bit a lunch that's not super big, and then having a nice meal at dinner time, and also having a pretty good meal for breakfast, right? That seems to work well for me for an overnight. Well, just in general, actually, when I'm out here is just kind of, but keeping my blood sugar kind of in check, because what happens with me is I get lightheaded if I don't eat enough. So I want to prevent that from happening. So it's what I've been working on. I've been working on preventing getting to there, and I've been doing really well with it. So the snacking pretty consistently really helps me to prevent that lightheadedness. And what I mean by consistently, like I normally might have like 2 snacks in between breakfast and lunch, and then I would have maybe 2 snacks between lunch and dinner. Well, it depends on how I feel or whatever, but that's kind of typically what I would do. So anyhow, I'm going to show you now some ideas about food and different things that I have tried and what my thoughts are on them. So for breakfast, something that I really like for breakfast is instant oatmeal. You can actually cook the oatmeal inside this package. The more brand name ones actually have a line on where you would fill the water up to. I, however, do not normally do that. You can cook this in your pot, but what I normally do is put these inside an Nalgene bottle, put cold water in, let it soak, and drink that actually while I'm walking on the trail in the morning, because I don't normally eat right away when I get up. So that works well for me. Not for everybody, but works well for me. Something else I do for breakfast is the Carnation Instant Breakfast. It has a lot of vitamins. It has some really good energy in, so I do like that. I have heard people actually using this in the afternoon as well as a pick-me-up. I haven't tried that, but I do think it would work well. It comes in vanilla, chocolate, or strawberry. I really like the vanilla. Something like this, breakfast biscuits or Pop-Tarts or granola bars, anything like that also would work well for breakfast. But this is generally my go-to. Actually, a lot of times I'll just mix up my own, not even use this. But that's real nice and simple and easy. So I'm going to talk to you about snacking here now. So I feel like I snack a lot more than normal people out there. And I'm going to tell you a funny joke. Well, I think it's funny anyway. So Cookie Monster, right? When you think of Cookie Monster, it says, so somebody asked him why he's snacking all the time, and he says, without the cookie, I'm just a monster. I thought that was super cute. That's kind of like me, right? Anyway, so here's some ideas about some snacking. I generally like to have some hard candy, so I might have 1 or 2 pieces of this as a snack. I might have this as a snack, 2 little candy bars. I do like the honey sticks as well. I don't take them all the time because they can be messy, and if you don't get it all out, like, you could end up with some sticky mess, and we don't want that. But they do, like, they are pretty good. Like, I do bring them sometimes. Slim Jims or beef jerky, some crackers, peanut butter crackers, cheese crackers, anything like that is a great snack. Some people also actually really like putting the drink mix, Propel or whatever, in their water. It helps it taste a little bit better. I don't generally do that, but it can be a good idea to add some electrolytes. So for lunchtime, I wouldn't do a super big lunch, but something that I might do was have 2 of these smaller tortilla shells and put some chicken or some tuna or have some Spam. That might be a good lunch. And then I probably would have some kind of crackers to go with it as well. And now dinner time. Dinner time is what is kind of the most important here. Well, not the most important, but important. So one of the things that a lot of people do are Mountain House meals or Packet Gourmet or whatever. They're just ready-made. You just rip off the top here. It has a Ziploc thing inside. You take out, there's a thing called an oxygen absorber that you would take out. You're going to dump some boiling water in here, stir it up, zip it, and let it sit for 8 or 9 minutes. And super simple, super easy. I like that you only boil water, pour it in here. The only cleanup you have is your spoon. I like that a lot. I'm not a super big fan of the flavors. It's not my favorite thing. And I kind of think they're expensive for backpacking because they're like 9 or 10 or 11 bucks or something for one. And I think that's kind of a lot to spend on just one meal, I think, for out here. But anyhow, they are super simple. They are super easy. I would recommend them, especially if you're just beginning, because it is so simple and easy. So if you're only going on an overnight, having something like this is a styrofoam cup, and you can actually cook right inside of here. And we definitely have access to garbage cans on the Laurel Highlands Trail. So this would be a fine thing to take because you can just throw that away. You can cook in here, and super simple. Boil water, pour it in there, let it sit for a while. You might add some crackers or something to it. I do like the ease of this as well. You could also do like ramen noodles, cook those in your pot. They cook super fast. That's another thing you want to look for, is something that cooks really fast, because you don't want to use up a whole bunch of fuel cooking one meal. So ramen noodles, things like that, they cook really fast. And simply boiling water is normally pretty fast. When I'm out at the grocery stores, I generally try to look for things that would just require boiling water pretty much to cook. And I did find this at Aldi's. It's a quinoa blend of quinoa and brown rice. So if I were going to make this out on the trail, I would put it inside a Ziploc freezer bag, and like, I wouldn't bring the box, I would have it already in the Ziploc bag when I bring it with me. I would put that inside my cooking cozy, and then I would boil water, and it would be the same as the Mountain House, where you just pour the water in, stir it up, close it, then we'll close all that up and let it set for, this would require a bit longer, probably about 20 minutes of sitting, but hey, that's fine, right? So to this I might add some chicken, or I might add some crackers or something if it ended up being too soupy. I don't know. But I did like this. I tried it out there and I thought it was pretty good. Mashed potatoes, instant mashed potatoes are a big hit out here because they cook really fast. I mean, you actually don't even have to have the water warm. They would cold soak really well. And they're filling. You could add a lot of different things to them. There's a thing called the ramen bomb, where you add mashed potatoes to ramen noodles. Sounds crazy. It is crazy. Kind of tastes good out here. Not my favorite thing, but I have had it before, and I probably would eat it again. But you could add chicken into this, or tuna, you know, a lot of different things. Make a lot of different meals with this one simple ingredient. So I like it for that reason. One of my friends just told me about this and I haven't tried it yet. Lipton Soup. This is the chicken noodle brand, or the chicken noodle version. Again, if I were going to cook this out here, I would put it in one of these bags and cook it in there. The reason I do that is because I don't want to clean my pot. I don't want to get my pot dirty. And if I just boil water, I'm not getting it dirty. And then the garbage here, like the only thing I have to clean would be my spoon. So I like that a lot. So anyway, I'm going to try this on my next trip out and see if I like it. These are very popular out here. The Knorr rice or noodle sides. When you are purchasing these to cook out on the trail, you need to be aware of what the ingredients are that you need to add in. So on this one, it calls for water and a tablespoon of vegetable oil or margarine. Like, I would just simply omit the vegetable oil or margarine on this and just add the water and cook it that way. But if something calls for milk, or just watch what they ask you to add in, because if you're not adding that particular thing in, it will substantially change the flavor, and then you may end up not liking it, right? So but if it does call for milk, actually you can get powdered milk if you wanted to do that. I haven't played around with that, so I don't know what that would be like, but you could try that. Anyhow, these are super easy to cook as well. You can cook them also in the bags. You would just take the top off, put this inside the cooking cozy, and then you're going to pour your water in, and then you would fold the top over and secure it with a paper clip, and then it will cook inside the bag, just like your mountain house. Again, super easy. You're not messing up your dishes, so I like that. One of the favorite things that I've found that I really like out here, though, I would like to get into making my own meals, and I kind of have, but not actually dehydrating my own stuff. I may end up getting there, but I'm not there yet. So something that I found that I really like is this brand called Frontier CoOp, and they have black bean flakes, and they have a deluxe vegetable soup blend. My friend Kip told me about the vegetable soup blend, and the reason I wanted the vegetable soup is because it's hard to get vegetables out here. So if we have some dehydrated vegetables, I like that because I like vegetables. The reason I was looking into the black beans is because I'm not a real big heavy meat eater, and you do need protein. And so black beans is an excellent source of protein. So I was basically just looking for something that would get me what I needed, and this definitely, I like it a lot. It actually tastes very good. It rehydrates very well. So basically I just put like a half a cup of the black beans in my bag, and about a third a cup or a fourth of a cup of the vegetables in my bag, mixed it together. I would add some seasoning to it, different kinds of seasoning, and then I would put this in my cozy, and I would cook it in my cozy. And then I would either add this, I would add some crushed up crackers to this maybe, or I might eat this on one of my tortillas. Would be different ways of doing it. And I've tried the black beans mixed together with quinoa and different things, and I like it a lot. So hopefully eventually I'll get to where maybe I can make my own stuff, but I'm not quite there yet. So anyhow, these are just some choices for you when you're going out on the trail to try. Basically, I want to encourage you to remember that everything that you're packing weighs something, right? And you want to really work on keeping your weight low, because the less weight that you are carrying, the more fun you will have, right? But it is very important to have enough food. I have heard of people bringing too much food, and I've never had that happen. I'll just say that I've never had that happen, because when you are hiking and backpacking, you are burning lots of calories, and you have to replace those calories, especially if you are not, like, I don't know what you normally do in your everyday life, but if you're not like active all day long, then your eating out on the trail is definitely going to need to be different than it is in your normal life. You do want to keep things as consistent as possible. So if you normally eat breakfast as soon as you get up, you need to try to do that out here. Or if you don't normally eat breakfast when you get up, you should wait a little while. You do want to try to keep it as similar as you can, but keep in mind that you are you know, you're exercising and exercising and exercising. So you need to be aware that of your calorie needs. Okay, I did want to also show you spoons. So I'm going to turn my camera back around one more time. Different kinds of spoons that you can get. This was my very first spoon that I bought, and I got it because it is a super space saving spoon. I've been conscious of that pretty well since I started here, and I have since changed though what I carry. I now carry this long handled spoon. I found out from a couple of people they make long handled spoons. Why would we do that? If you are eating out of a bag or a Mountain House meal, and this spoon isn't bigger than your bag, and as you're eating you're getting mess all over this bag, and then you're getting it all over your hands. And cleanliness is an issue out here, right? Like, we don't have access to water to wash our hands and things like we do at home, so we don't want to get all dirty, right? Well, this long handled spoon pretty well eliminates your hand getting dirty in here. So did want to point that out. This is just a cheap one that I bought from Walmart. I think it's Ozark Trail, 88 cents. Great investment, 88 cents at Walmart. Walmart does have a reasonable amount of things. You can actually buy these Mountain House meals there too. So anyway, all right guys, I just wanted to share some information about food, because food is super important, and don't give up, you know, on your, especially if your first try at this wasn't great. Make sure you keep trying and try different things until you find what works for you. Okay, all right guys, happy trails. Thanks for listening and much love. Bye.